I don't know.
Is anybody gonna do the recipe with me, or you're only gonna follow it? I'd like to know that.
Are you watching?
Rosh Hashanah cooking.
I will follow it.
Follow
Okay,
it. Great.
friends.
Okay, good.
I have now muted everybody, making sure you can hear me. Okay, good. So, welcome. So happy to see so many familiar faces and new friends and guests. And I see Diana has a lot of friends. Tia Tasty must be very, very popular. So Baruch Hashem. We're in for a very, very exciting night. Rosh Hashanah is coming, less than 4 weeks away. And it's a very special, unique time this year with all of the challenges, all of the difficulties everyone's facing in some kind of way. But I'm glad that I see a lot of smiles and healthy faces. So that's what counts. So we were thinking, how can we spice up and elevate our Rosh Hashanah experience this year? And definitely one of the special parts of Rosh Hashanah are the festival meals that we make and the way that we show Hashem and show our family and show our friends how dear and special this festival is to us. And it's one thing we go to the synagogue and we pray and we blow the shofar and all of those, which is very important. But equally important is to beautify the festival with delights, delicious food, and good times with friends. As we say in our prayers, we turn to Hashem and we say, Parchenu Avinu Kulanu Ke'echad. Please Hashem, bless us as we are your children, unified as one family. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're unifying as a family, and we're going to share delicious food ideas, and hopefully that will awaken by Hashem compassion, kindness for the blessings that we all need in our community, in the wider community, and in the entire world. This is the first of a 3-part series. Tonight with Diana Bursztyn. Next week, apple crumble with Carol Brenner. And in 2 weeks, salmon and salads with Hani, my dear wife. So it's very exciting. We're glad you've all joined us. Diana has worked very hard to prepare. You have the ingredient list, which I'll be able to post on the page also or share to you if you wish. But I want to give a big thank you to Diana for working so hard to prepare on this. We were earlier today troubleshooting with the cameras, making sure everything works out well. Diana, thank you to you. God shall bless you, Natan, your beautiful family, with lots of good health and nachas and blessings. So, Diana, are you ready? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to unmute Diana and also feature her screen. If you want to watch her screen, it's going to be spotlighted. She has 2 screens. One screen on her in general, where you can watch her do the demonstration. And another screen that's actually going to be zoomed on the actual food making process. And we'll switch around between those 2 screens. If you have a question, the best thing is to put it in the chat and I'll ask the question to Diana. If you need, you could unmute yourself and ask your question, but it'll probably be a little smoother if you just put it in the chat and I'll ask it to Diana. Somewhere along the way, we'll pause, we'll ask questions, we'll have Diana answer them, and then we'll continue further. So, on that note, I'm going to unmute that's Daniela. Let me find Diana's screens.
So Daniela's on there.
Diana, is your screen, Diana?
What?
Is Daniela your screen?
No.
Oh, you're unmuted. Yep.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So I'm ready.
So I'm going to find you and spotlight you. There we are. And all right, everyone can see you nice and clear. Please good luck and take it away. Teach us how to make some Bombay chicken, and I believe a special chocolate dish dessert as well. Go for it.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi. Thank you for inviting me tonight. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to share this recipe with all of you, and especially for the synagogue that is always on my heart, in my heart. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So for people that don't know me, my name is Diana Bursztyn, and I've been cooking for a long time, and I've been teaching cooking for a long time too. I taught cooking classes in Colombia to a group of employees when I used to work in a big factory, and they loved the cooking classes. And then I taught cooking to my dear friends from Dorish. So I've been cooking for a long time, and I love to cook. So this recipe is really special because it's my mother-in-law's recipe, and she used to make it for Rosh Hashanah because it's a festive recipe, and it's easy because after you have all the berachot and you have like everything that you have to eat before Rosh Hashanah, when it comes to after you eat the kreplach and the gefilte fish, then you're not very hungry to eat a lot more. So this is a very good recipe to make because it's only one plate and that's it. You don't have to make 1,000 plates, and it's easy, especially for this Rosh Hashanah that unfortunately we're gonna have less people in our homes. So, and the other thing about this recipe, it has honey. It has honey and apples. That is a very good ingredient for Rosh Hashanah, or something that we eat. So it's also a very good part of this recipe. A lot of people ask me if they don't like curry, what do they do with this recipe? The truth is, curry is one of the main ingredients. I don't know how it's gonna taste if you make it without curry, but you can always try. As I always tell the people, if you don't like something, just leave it out and try to substitute it with something you like. If you're a vegetarian, you can make this with tofu. It will come hard tofu. It will come very well. So let's go over the ingredients that we're gonna need today. So we're gonna need chicken. I use 6 legs of chicken, 6 legs, 6 thighs, and I use 4 breasts of chicken, and I cut them in 4 pieces. My kids have an opinion about this. They say, Mommy, don't make it with a bone. Make it without the bone, boneless chicken. Whatever you wanna do. If you wanna make it boneless, it will be a little drier. The bone gives it a little more moistness, okay? So whatever you decide to do is fine. So this is the chicken we're using. We're using onions. Here I have 2 small onions. I left one like this so you can see about the size of it. It gives me like 4 cups of onions. So this is about 4 cups of onions. I'm using 2 stacks of celery. I just cut it big because you don't need to cut anything small because we're gonna put it into the blender afterwards. And I have here 2 green apples. Then the spices. I have salt. Can you see everything? Salt. I have a lemon juice of 1 lemon. I have shredded coconut. You can use fresh or you can just use the store-bought. Here I use the store-bought, but I usually use fresh. I love to do everything fresh, but it's a headache to cut the coconut and open it and all that. So just use store-bought if you don't want to do that. I have mustard, Dijon mustard. I have a clove of garlic. I have curry, cinnamon, and I have flour. Usually I do not put the flour. The flour is needed if you need it to be thicker. But we'll see how the recipe turns out, and you'll see if you need to add it or not. That depends, okay? So, and I have olive oil, and I have chicken stock. I have a cooking channel called Tia Tasty. It's in Spanish. So in that channel, you can see a video of how to make chicken stock. It's amazing the way the chicken stock comes out. My daughter from CIA, she went to CIA, Culinary Institute of America, and she taught me how to make this chicken stock. So if you want to learn to make a delicious chicken stock, I recommend you to look into that video. And you can freeze it, and then you just take out the bags you need. That's what we do in my home. So we make a whole huge thing of chicken stock and then we freeze it and we take it out to do everything we need in the house. If not, just buy the chicken stock of a box. This one is a box bought just because I wanted people to be less complicated. So the first thing we're doing, does anybody have any questions about the ingredients of the chicken? Rabbi? Keep going.
Diana, so far, no questions other than some people are commenting that they're loving it so far and they're really enjoying your flowers as well.
Thank you. I'll tell you a story about my flowers. I was in a farm last weekend and I picked all these flowers on my own, all of them. So I cut them and I put them in the vase. I love flowers, so I just wanted to tell you about my flowers. Okay, so let's go back to this. So here's my chicken. So I'm gonna put some Dijon mustard on it, like 1 teaspoon. If you wanna add more, you can add more, whatever you want. And I'm going to just put it all over my chicken. Usually I don't use gloves, but I'm using them today because it's easier not to wash your hands. And the other thing that I'm using is lemon or lime, whatever you prefer to use. And it's one lemon or lime. And what this does to it, the chicken, it maintains it moist. I don't know why, it's like a way of doing it. So I'm gonna put a little salt on this too. Usually you can leave this for half an hour, but since we're doing the class, I'm not gonna leave it for half an hour. But if you want it with more taste, you can leave it for half an hour. Oh, something very important. I really wash this chicken well. It's very important to wash the chicken well so it doesn't taste so strong. You can use white vinegar, just water, whatever we want to use, but wash it very, very well and take off all the feathers, which is a headache also, the feather. So here I have one more, so just take the feathers off. If not, they'll burn in the process, but I don't think anybody likes feathers on their chicken. So the chicken is ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sear my chicken. So I'm gonna use this is olive oil. You can use whatever olive oil you like. I use olive oil. You can use peanut oil. You can use, well, coconut oil. It will taste like coconut, but I think it'll be okay. So it's gonna be on high, and I'm gonna put all my chicken into the pan. It's not ready yet. Let's 2 more minutes.
Diana, whilst you're getting that pan ready, there's a question over here about the recipe for the chicken stock.
Yes, you go into my channel is www.tiatasty.com and you just look for chicken stock and you'll see the recipe. What question is it about the
One second, Diana, I think you became muted. Hold on a second, because I was muting some others. Diana, hold on 1 second. We got to find you and get you back on. Diana, we're trying to unmute you. Is someone manning the camera there? Can you please unmute Diana? Okay, you're back. Good.
Okay, so what's the question about the chicken stock?
Okay, so good. We have the link and it's in the chat. Everyone can go there and find the chicken stock video. Fantastic. Thank you. Please continue.
It's in Spanish. If anybody has any questions, you can send me a question in the Tia Tasty and I will answer it also if you want. Okay, so I'm putting all the chicken in my pan. It has to be hot. This is so they become like seared. Okay. Okay, so now we'll do the other ingredient, the sauce for our chicken. So I'm putting also a little of olive oil. And I'm gonna start with my onions. I like the onions to be a little brown. So cook the onions while the chicken goes. You can see the cameras okay?
Yes. Yep. We see beautifully.
So while I do this, I'd like to tell you about Rosh Hashanah. In our family, Rosh Hashanah is a very, very special day because all the family comes together. So in my home, I usually am the one, we take turns on which holiday everybody does. So in my family, I'm the one in charge of Rosh Hashanah, usually the second night. So what I do is I take away every single piece of furniture and I put tables all around the house and I try them to communicate so everybody's seated in the same table. And it's really nice. And usually I make crepe, which is also in my video, and I make gefilte fish. So when I'm Sephardic, so these kind of dishes are usually not made by Sephardic. But my mother-in-law had 5 boys. And these 5 boys, well, they don't cook. So I went one day and said, Señora Anita, teach me how to make all of these delicious Rosh Hashanah dishes. And she taught me how to make tirepla and how to make gefilte fish and how to make kugel and all the Ashkenazi dishes. So this is what I make for Rosh Hashanah. So people wait the whole year to come to my house and have the tirepla soup. So it's really nice. ¿Qué pasa? Turn this? Okay, I'm burning the chicken. They're giving me here. Oh, it still needs a little more.
Yeah, and it's looking really good so far. We're just wondering why Natan isn't there behind with you, helping you.
Natan, come. They want to see you. Natan, come say hello to our guests.
A little help.
Natan. Yeah, come and help me. Come, Natan. You can
sure
turn the
he's busy.
chicken. He doesn't cook, unfortunately.
Hi, Natan. So nice to see you. Beautiful.
Diana, Bella, I love you.
I love you too, papi.
Oh,
That's
mama,
my daddy.
Mirna.
Papi, unmute yourself. Mute yourself. That's my dad.
Jano, un beso de la vecina.
¿Dónde está la vecina que no la veo?
No sé, yo no veo aquí, me pasé al iPad y no te veo.
¿Dónde está?
Por aquí.
Pero no te veo, ¿dónde está?
Esperándote, esperándote. Aquí,
Yo
aquí,
no voy a
aquí.
llegar allá, mijitas. ¿Sabes qué? Mandé a traer los libros de Rosana y Kippur. Y ahorita estoy pidiendo las velas de Hanukkah.
Ahora te mandamos todo.
Es Vivian Mildemer que está hablando.
Ah, no te creo.
Ay.
Y Sandra Chiman está ahí, ¿verdad?
Ay, sí, Sandrita.
Está.
Okay, we're gonna turn the chicken now. This is the way it should be. Okay.
Desordenamos.
That's my fire alarm. I don't know if you guys can hear
Ah, ahí
it.
está Vivian. Vivian, pero tú estás en foto.
Okay, we're turning the chicken, papi, Vivian. Pay attention.
Okay, Hanoch, it's so nice to see you. Also, have so much nacha from Diana. Great to have family and friends here. Diana, it's looking delicious so far. We've got our eyes on you. We're seeing both different screens, different cameras that you have. It's giving us a good view. So thank you, and we're all yours. Keep going.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe this. My fire alarm just went off, just to let you know, because of the heat. Teresa, can you come help me turn the chicken while I do this?
Diana, a question. What level heat do you have the chicken cooking on right now?
Right now I have it in high, because if not, it won't sear. I want it to sear.
You want it to sear quickly. Okay.
Yes, no, I want this delicious brown. Do you see the brown on it? The
yeah,
brown
we see
on
that.
it. So if you don't sear it, it's gonna cook and it's gonna just turn white. It won't brown. There's a lot of heat here right now. And we're just searing it. Afterwards, it's gonna cook in slow cook. So yeah, it's high.
So did you preheat the pan for a while beforehand?
I have very high heat here because this is it's gas. So depends on
Okay.
your. This thing burns. It's very, very, very strong. So if you can see here, this is already brown, my onions. So I'm gonna add my apple. As you see, this is a very easy recipe. Don't get scared because of the amount of ingredients. It really isn't a lot. And you don't have to cut anything. You just have to do it big. So it's fine. So we're gonna let this cook a little more. Okay. Any questions by now? Rabbi?
Yes. So there's a question. People want the recipe. We did send it out already by email on Facebook, but I'll put a link. I'll put a link where you can get the recipe from. I'll post that soon. The next question: does the chicken have to be fully cooked, or will it finish cooking in the sauce?
It will finish cooking in the sauce.
Okay.
But
Great.
if you guys have the time to cook more here, it's fine. Then it won't take a lot of time in the sauce, but it will finish in the sauce and it will get the flavors from the sauce. I did this for our Shabbat dinner because I was testing it and there was a lot of blood coming out of the bones. So until all this blood comes out, you should keep going until there's no more blood coming out of the chicken. You'll see it when you start cooking it. Okay, I think this can go by now. This is okay now. I'm gonna lower it a little so it's already brown in both sides. So I lowered the heat, okay? So it doesn't burn on me. And this is very, very high heat right now also. Okay, so now this is ready. This is gonna cook some more anyway in the sauce. So I'm gonna add the 2.5 cups of chicken stock. So this is a cup. So let's calculate 2.5. One. If you need more later, you can add more, okay? But I'll start with 2.5. And then I'm gonna add all the other ingredients. Oh, I forgot, you have to add the garlic clove also when you fry the onion, okay? I forgot it, but I'll put it now. It'll be fine.
Dan, a question. Can the chicken
Yes.
finish cooking in the oven so there is no blood coming from the bones?
Yes, for sure. But I think so. I don't know. You can try. You know, every recipe, you can do whatever you want. You know what you can do so there's no blood? You just use boneless chicken. No bones, it's fine. Here, I have some pieces of boneless breast. My kids like boneless more because they think it's easier to eat. You'll see how you eat this because it has a way of eating it. So this is really an Indian recipe, but I added some Latin flair to it, like the plantains and the avocados and all that. You'll see once we see how you're gonna serve it. So I'm gonna add, this is very important. Pay attention to this. I have 4 tablespoons of curry here. It all depends on the type of curry you buy. If you buy, this is Badia, but I also, let's say, when I travel, I try to get curry from another part of the world. It's really a lot of fun to go into these spice markets and find these amazing spices. When you go to Israel or when you go anywhere in the world, there's always these spice markets that are delicious and you can get this very, very good quality of curry. And each curry has a different level of intensity. So it's very important that you go one by one and taste to make sure you like the taste. Because if you overwhelm it, maybe you're not gonna eat it. But I tried this in Shabbat and I used 4 tablespoons of Badia and it was fine for me. For other people, maybe it's very, very heavy. So just maybe at 3, maybe at 2, maybe at 1. Just taste to see how much it is. If you don't like a lot of curry, maybe just add a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of shredded coconut. And I'm gonna add some honey. So you see, this is a very good. Very good. Oh my God. About 1 tablespoon of honey. I eyeballed it. Okay. So this is my sauce. You see how easy it is to make? We're gonna let it just boil 1 minute, and then we're gonna put it in the blender. Otra vez. That's my fire alarm again. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay. I think the chicken, we can leave the chicken like this. I'm gonna leave it in low while.
One second, Diana, you got muted. No, we don't hear you. Somebody muted you. There we go. We got you.
Yeah.
You're back.
Rabbi, if you don't want blood to come out, you should leave the chicken more time till it's more done, and then you just up the top. So that's what I'll do now. I'll leave it a little more here. Okay, so now I'm going to the blender, and we're gonna blend this. You have to be very careful because this is very hot. If you're doing it at home and you're not in a hurry, you should wait a little while, maybe to get a little cold. So, no, aquí, give it to me right here, Teresa. Here. So we're gonna put all this deliciousness into the blender, and this is gonna be my sauce for my chicken. This is Teresa. She's been working with me since I got married 36 years ago. So she's like part of the family.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hello, Vanessa. Hola, Vanessa.
Teresa.
Hola, Teresa.
Okay. Teresa's gonna help me put all the liquid. Teresa, take this. Ya, ponlo ahí. Cuidado, se quema. And you want to turn this camera, I'm going to blend this. Okay, here. We're going to blend this, Benny. You can turn it around. La tapa, Tere. Okay. I don't know. So the way you're going to blend this, can you all see me?
Yep, we see you.
Okay.
A big thank you to Benny for doing the photography. Thank you, Benny.
It's Alex, actually. Okay.
Oh, Alex. Well, thank you very much. Hi, Alex.
So the way to blend a very hot thing is getting one of these and put it in on top just in case it explodes. And then we're gonna blend this very well. I put it in the smoothie mode, like to make a smoothie. One minute. Okay.
Diana, so that blending looked really successful. We have a question. What about an immersion blender? Will that work as well?
I don't think so, because if it's very good, yes, because you need it to be soft. You need it to be, look how you need it to be.
You want to turn it into a sauce, yeah.
So you need a sauce. If you can do that with your immersion blender, be my guest. Be careful not to burn yourself, okay? So it needs to be very, very soft.
La mix también es buenísima.
Okay. So I will taste this right now. Make sure it's good. Let me get a little spoon because I need to add the salt right now. Okay, we're gonna add salt to this. Just to taste. Okay. Tasted it from here, so I'm gonna wash it again. Okay, after you tasted it for your salt, you can add some pepper too. But the curry is a little hot. So if you don't like so hot, okay, now we're gonna put all the chicken in here. It's almost, the chicken is almost ready. It's almost cooked, as you can see. It needs a little more time, that's it, but it's almost ready. So I think with 10, 15 minutes more. Okay, I will put this in here.
Diana, someone's asking, is there another kind of blender you could have used? That's a vitamin blender? Is that the right word for it?
Vitamix?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Any blender, even the oyster one is good. You don't need a blend. Oh,
Your new business.
these were breads I made yesterday. It's sourdough. I'm into sourdough now. That's why I put them here so you can all see. My beautiful sourdough. Yeah. No, it's
Looks
not a
amazing.
business. They're amazing, Rabbi. I can go to your house and make one if you want. Okay.
Would be an honor.
So let me turn everything off. So while the chicken is doing, I don't know, can you see the chicken, Alex? You see that?
Yeah, well, we see that camera. We see you working there.
Let me move it a little.
Yeah, we don't see
Here?
inside the pot. Now we see a little better. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. And while this cooks, we're gonna make the dessert, okay? So does anybody have any question? This will cook for 10, 15 minutes until the chicken is ready in low heat. So you don't, because since it's so as you see here, look, this is very, very thick. So we don't need to add the flour, okay? We don't need the flour at all. So just ignore the flour in your recipe. If you see, it has to be this thick, okay? If you don't like it so thick, you just add a little more of the chicken stock. Let's say a little more if you want it a little less thick. Put all this in. I think this is better. This is perfect. I added a little more chicken stock and I'm gonna let it there so it will cook a little more. Let's put it on as well. It's off here. In low heat.
We have a question as it's cooking there from Caroline.
Yes.
What do you serve it with?
I'll show you in a minute. Once we are ready to eat, I will show you every single ingredient that we're gonna eat it with, okay?
Okay, good.
Okay. Teresa, you can come around here and take all this around there. Okay. Good. Okay. No, that was yours. Okay. So the next recipe we're making, can you see this camera here? Or should I move the camera a little?
Yeah, well, let me just move it to that camera. Hold on a second. Yes, we see.
You may want to see me.
Yeah, we see you. Tell us show on your counter what you want us to see.
Okay.
Which area?
This.
We see that. Yeah.
This. Okay. Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're making the next dessert we're making. It's called pot de crème, and this dessert is a French dessert, and it's one of my favorite ones. It's a dessert that it's really rich, and it doesn't have that much sugar. If you don't want to add the sugar, you can leave it out. But it's a very easy dessert and it's amazing. It's one of my favorite desserts. So that's why I wanted to teach it to you. So there's two ways you can make it. You can make it dairy and you can make it parve. So I'm making it dairy in this part of the kitchen, and this part of the kitchen is meat. But I made it for Shabbat dinner. I made it parve. So I will show you what I used. Give me a minute. I'll bring the carnes esposas. Where are they? Here. ¿Dónde está el otro? Tere. ¿Dónde está la otra de estas cremas? Yo la tenía acá. Ahí tiene que estar. Yo la puse ahí, ya no la veo. Okay. So when you're making a parve, you need, instead of the cream, instead of the milk, you use coffee whitener. And instead of the cream, you use whipping topping. But there's something very, very important, and it's don't use sugar because this thing has a lot of sugar. So this dessert has much more sugar than the one I'm going to show you today. So just substitute coffee whitening for the milk and whipping topping for the cream. Is that clear? Okay.
Yes.
Guarde esto. Okay, now. Okay, so the ingredients we need here, show you the ingredients. We need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of whole milk, 5 egg yolks, 4 tablespoons of sugar. As I told you, if you don't like sugar, you can leave it out. I have 6 ounces of a Swiss chocolate. I'm using this one. I want to show you. This one is an excellent Swiss chocolate.
Okay, Diana, as you're showing that, sorry to interrupt. As you're showing that to us, there's been some questions, some requests. That and also the previous packages you were showing us, it's hard to see from the distance of the camera. If somebody can bring it up a little closer to the camera so we can see the whipped cream.
But you can use any whipped cream, or you can use any coffee whitening. It doesn't have to be this brand. I just found this brand in Winn-Dixie, but you don't have to use this specific brand. I've done it also with the other brand that has like the strawberry on it, and it's very, very good. Okay.
Now the chocolate you're using is semi-sweet or bittersweet?
Yes, it's Swiss baking chocolate. It's sweet, bittersweet parve. Look. This is really a good chocolate. I recommend it for everything you do. I love it. It's an amazing chocolate.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you for whoever's, is that Alex? Thank you for holding that up for us. That's great.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. So that's the parve one. Right.
Yeah. Okay. The difference between the parve and the one we're making here is that the parve doesn't get thick when I'm doing this, but it doesn't matter because when you put it in the blender, it will get thick. And then you put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, it will get thick. I've done it already twice with these ingredients and then with the one that has the cherry on it, the strawberry on it, the other brand, I don't remember the brand, but it's very good. So let's see the ingredients for there. We're gonna make it dairy. I made another one parve, the one that I'll show you later, I made it parve. And we'll eat it with the chicken. So I wanted to give you options. So this is 6 ounces. The whole chocolate has 10 ounces. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just take 6 bars. Each bar is about 1 ounce. So I think it's fine. So this Teresa will help me cut it. We'll use it later. So right now we're using 5 egg yolks. We're putting it here in a pan. Can you see the pan, Alexita? I think it's 4 tablespoons. Yeah, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 2 cups of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream, and 1 cup of whole milk. As you see, this dessert it's also gluten-free for people that are gluten intolerant. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna whisk this a little. So all my ingredients come together, about medium heat, and we need this to boil. So I like to use a flat spatula so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm just gonna put it on high for the purpose of the class, but please don't put it on high when you're doing it. Put it in medium, okay? So we go faster, that's why I'm doing it right now, medium. Any questions about this?
So people were asking about the recipe, but I believe it's in the same link that you sent me, Diana. We have the recipe for the dessert as well. We actually have the ingredients list, but we don't really have the recipe of how to make it for this and the chicken.
I will write down the recipe and send it to you guys tomorrow, because the idea is that you watch the class or you learn how to make it. So I wasn't going to put the recipe on the ingredients because you wouldn't watch the class.
Very good. And just very good. Actually, I also wrote down on the chat, this video will be available on Facebook and later tomorrow also on YouTube, our YouTube channel as well. So that will be available to everybody. There's a question here. Someone is asking, could go slower. I'm not sure if she's referring to the cooking or to you. Diana is not going slower. She's trying to keep things a little quicker because we're short on time. The hour is late, and she's trying to show us as much as possible. But you can always review the video that will help you. Someone's asking if we can show that chocolate brand again. If Teresa is able to hold up that chocolate to the camera again, we're actually by the second camera right now, watching you closely by the...
Anyway, any good... no, ¿lo puedes mostrar ahí, Alex? No, pero they want to show it again.
Hold it there. Okay, everyone get it. You see what it is. It's even
anyway, if you're in Colombia or you're somewhere else in the world, you could just get any Swiss good chocolate. You can get Godiva. You can get whatever chocolate you like. It's fine. Any chocolate, it's bittersweet chocolate will do. As long as when you taste it, it's delicious, it'll be delicious in the dessert. It doesn't need to be this chocolate, okay? So let me try this going.
Diana, I feel like I can smell it through the camera.
Oh, it's very good. It's the most amazing dessert. It really is good. And it's so easy to make. It's like you can put it together in 3 minutes if friends come over and you just have the ingredients in your refrigerator. And then what you do is I'll give you a little secret. You put it in the freezer for 10 minutes and it'll set also. That's what I do when I'm in a hurry. I just put it in the freezer and let it set. This is a custard. It's really a custard, but we add chocolate at the end. Okay, it's going slow. If somebody wanted it slow, it's slower. And our chicken is coming here also. It hasn't boiled, so I'm gonna turn the heat a little up so it'll be ready for us to cook, to eat, I mean. And Carolyn, you'll see what we're gonna serve it with. Any more questions? Well, this is going, look, it boiled, everybody. It boiled, so we're gonna, so when you are doing a par, remember, when this boiling comes in, it won't get very thick. What it will do is it will become less thick. It will become, less thick out. It will become thinner. It will become thinner. I don't know why the ingredients of the par cream have something that makes it thick when it's cold and thinner when it's hot. So right now it's already ready. It boiled and it became a little thicker. So now.
So Diana, are you waiting for that to thicken more?
No, this is perfect. It just needs to boil and then you take it off and it thickens. You see, it's much thicker than it was before. You see, you can go like this and you see, and you can see how it thickens. When you go like with a spoon and it doesn't go back together, it's already thick, you see? I burnt myself. Okay, so now,
careful.
Give me the blender, Tere. So we're gonna put the chocolate in the blender. So this is the Vitamix. Somebody asked me, you can do this as a Vitamix. Probably with that question, I know it came from who?
Yes.
I have a friend that is always bothering me with the blender thing. So you can use your Vitamix, you can use an Oyster, you can use whichever blender you have at home. So as a matter of fact, the other one is better than this one, my friend. Everybody can see me now, Alex? I'm here to the blender.
Yeah, we see that.
So
you're in the corner of the screen.
Again, this is hot. So again, we use this on top so we don't burn ourselves. And we're gonna blend this thing. You see how it went up? So what's happening here is the chocolate is melting inside of this. So Okay. So this is ready. You see how easy.
So
it is
what,
for
what
the
setting
blenders.
did you put? What setting did you put the blender on?
So I started low because if this is hot, this can explode on you and it's really dangerous. This is why you have to have this on because has happened to me again before. Once I was doing a soup in Tia Tasty and it just exploded on me. I didn't publish that, but after I sent it to my friends, I said bloopers in Tia Tasty, but it's really dangerous. So you start low and then you go up and up and up until 10, okay? So this is really cool. You can use little espresso cups if you want, or you can use any container to put it in. So I'm just showing you like with the espresso cups. And then I'm using these that are martini glasses, which I think is also fun. And you just put them in here and they're gonna go to the refrigerator. As I told you, if you're in a hurry, just go to the freezer. Usually you do the dessert the day before or whatever, but if you're doing it the same night, I had a cooking club with my friends from school, and it was really a lot of fun because we were all standing around the table and I gave everybody a recipe to do, and this was one of the recipes, so I put it in the freezer so it came out really fast until Nathan came and he took everybody outside, so my cooking club got ruined, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's just mentira, Nathan, I'm sorry, pa. Okay. So if let's say if you only have 5 guests, just make half of the recipe. This usually people eat it.
So did that get a lot thicker when you put in the chocolate?
Not a lot. It will get really hard. I'll show you in a minute. We'll take it out of. I have some done. Okay, so I still have a little left. So you see, Rabbi, you can see it.
Yeah, we see.
Let's see in the spoon. Let's see in the spoon. In the spoon, we can see if it gets thicker or not. Yes, it gets thicker. You see how you have it here?
Right. Let me see if I can pull that up on the. Do that again. I'm going to do the other camera. Do that again so we can see.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, that's better.
See, it gets thicker. Okay, Teresa. Okay, me saca los otros, please. So these I made before, and I wanna show you how thick they get. I made these like at 5 o'clock, and I put them in the refrigerator. Look, they're totally. You see?
Oh wow.
You see? And this is the same thing that will happen to the parb one. Something that I did is I tapped on them a little. So all of these, they have a lot of air. So I tap on them so the air goes out, but it doesn't matter if you have air on them. It's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I bought these little chocolates with espresso, and I'm gonna put it in the center. You can decorate them with this or with whatever you want.
Diana, this one that you just made now is dairy, right?
This one is dairy and this one is parb.
And that one you just made is parb. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people want to know. A lot of people want to know what you're doing with those. Maybe you can deliver them to your cousin, to your neighbor. There's a lot of people who want to have some.
Okay. Yes. Whoever is around my neighborhood, for sure, come over, and I'll give you one. I'll even give you chicken. I told Mark, my niece is coming tomorrow for dinner to eat all this. Since the COVID situation, you have like a bubble. I don't know if everybody, like you have a bubble of people that you see and people that you go around. So I see my niece, so I told her, come tomorrow and you can eat everything. So I'm gonna put some cream. I just whipped some cream up. I'm gonna put some cream around it. You can put the cream or you can just leave it without. I like it without the cream. It's a little, it came out a little, I don't know what happened to this cream. It's too, okay, Dina, come over. Okay, I'm gonna get, but I will make it parb. Okay, This will take the part away from it, but I just want to show you, if you don't want to whip your cream, you just go like this with a store-bought one. And just put this on top. It looks beautiful. Because my other cream is not working. But I just wanted to show you the options you had. So you can just leave it like this, plain, or put your cream on, which nobody will eat. They will take it off probably. Or you can whip your own cream, make it better than this one, probably. So this is the dessert. Any questions about the dessert?
So what's the texture now? Is that like a mousse?
Yes, it's a custard. Let me show you. Let me get a spoon. It's deliciousness. That's what it is. So this is the custard.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's a custard.
Yeah, we see.
Let me show you inside.
Yep. Beautiful.
And I'm going to taste it.
Looks beautiful.
Especially for the diet. Oh, qué delicia. Okay, so let's go back to the chicken. So the chicken is ready. Chicken is ready, and we're gonna serve the chicken. El arroz, please. Can you give me 1 minute? I'm gonna clean up so we can serve.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So the chicken is ready. So
It's
how
ready.
much time did the chicken need inside that mixture?
About 20 minutes. I put it in high, so yeah, I think it's ready. 20 minutes, Rabbi. About 20 minutes is fine. So I'm going to show you how to serve this. Here I have a plate setting. Okay. So Carolyn, this is your question. So here you go. This is the scary part about the recipe. So if you have like this Rosh Hashanah dinner, you don't need to make anything else because you have all these ingredients. Yeah, you can put it closer. Okay. So I will show you the ingredients that I serve my Bombay chicken with. So I have here, I have 3 hard-boiled eggs, and I press them down. You can even buy the hard-boiled eggs and you don't have to even make them if you don't want to. I have sliver almonds and I toasted them. I have peanuts. I have plantains, which is not part of the Indian recipe, but it's part of the Latin touch that we have. I have ¿cómo se llama esto? Sí, pero en inglés. Raisins, raisins. And these 2 ingredients you don't have in, Vivian, you were asking that you write this down. I don't have these 2 ingredients in the list. So I have cilantro, and I also have pepper, red peppers. I have parsley. I have onions. If you don't like them, just don't even cut them. I have mango chutney. They sell this already made, but I make it. The way I make it is mango, vinegar, sugar, and salt. That's it. And I put it in, I just cut it up, and some red peppers. I cut it up and I boil it for a second, and that's it. It's really easy to make. Just Google any mango chutney recipe. I have coconut, and I have kosher bacon. People were asking me, what is kosher bacon? This is delicious. So let me show you what kosher bacon is. It's something called beef fry. So you just fry that. And then you get your kosher bacon. And then you have avocado. So the way to serve this. Okay, let's see. We're gonna, Alex, we're gonna put the chicken inside here. Okay. there's a lot of sauce in this dish, so it's better to use something like this. So the way to serve it is you have rice, okay? You take your chicken, and you're gonna make like a calentado. In Colombia, it's called calentado. In the States, I don't know how you call it, but it's calentation. So calentado is just like a mixture of everything. This is really good. If you like a lot of sauce on it, you put the sauce, and then you're gonna add all the ingredients on top of your thing, all the toppings. A little of all the toppings. I don't like peanuts, so I'm gonna leave them out. Oh, this is plantains. This is raisins. This is cilantro. This is peppers, delicious. This is parsley, which I don't like, so I'm leaving it out. I hate onions, so I'm not putting them either. I love mango chutney, so I'm putting mango. Coconut. And, oh, I'm sorry. I'm putting in the kosher bacon. And I'm putting the avocado. This is from my tree. So I'm very excited. I have a lot of avocado. So for my neighbors, you can come get avocados too. Okay, so now, what? So here's the dish of everything.
Yeah, let's hold it up to the camera.
But I want to show you how do you eat it. So I'm going to mix it. So the way you eat it is, I'm going to take off the skin because I don't like the skin. And I'm going to cut all the chicken. This chicken needs a little more time, I think. Okay, so I'm going to change this one for a breast. So you're going to cut it. This one's ready. Cut it in pieces. And then you're going to mix it like a calentado. That's a Colombian dish, which is all mixed up. I have a friend that has a restaurant called Calentation. So, okay. So this is the way you eat it. So that's why I'm telling you, you only need this dish for Rosh Hashanah, plus your gefilte fish, plus your krepla. You don't need anything else. This is perfect. I'm gonna taste it, okay? And I'll share it with you. Let's see how it goes.
Let's do a blessing, okay. Diana. You ready for the bracha? Baruch atah. Go ahead.
Baruch atah.
Adonai.
Baruch Adonai.
Eloheinu. I caught you off guard. Melech haolam.
Melech haolam.
Shakol. Niya. Bidvaro.
Niya. Bidvaro.
Bidvaro. Amen.
Amen. Okay. For all of you.
Amen.
Gracias, Dani.
Very good.
Buen
Okay, so anybody has a question?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, a big thank you to Diana. That was superb. I'm not much of a cook in the kitchen, but I followed that, and I think I'm gonna be trying that out. I probably need Honey's help, but I'll try that out. So thank you very, very much. Second of
Rabbi,
all,
I want a video of you cooking, please.
Okay. A lot of people, Diana, are really putting on comments of thank you so much, muchas gracias, Diana, todo delicioso, muchas gracias, gracias. Saludos, Sede, Panama, from Panama. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so everyone is really, really appreciative. A lot of questions about
Panama,
the recipe.
Raquel? Who's from Panama? Raquel?
Panama, we have here Malena.
Malena.
Alita.
Licha, dile a Raquel que feliz cumpleaños.
Okay, now Diana, we have so we put out the ingredient list which you gave us. A lot of people are asking about the recipe, if that is something, if it's doable. Of course, they can watch the video again, but if you're able to do that, and then maybe send it to me, and I'll be able to distribute it to the community.
Yes, I will do it for sure, Rabbi.
Okay. All right, so
I will
we'll
do the
put that out there. Follow our Facebook, Bet David Hanley Shul, the YouTube, BDHLS, it's going to be up there. I already see what a beautiful Rosh Hashanah we're all going to have, despite everything going on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, literally from all over the world. We had a lot of people here. It was great. And next week, we continue same time, Monday, 8 p.m., Apple Crumble, a dessert with Carol Brenner. She's from the Carol's Dessert Kitchen. But tonight was Sia Tasty, a splendid performance, two delicious dishes, the chicken, which is a blend of Indian and Colombian and Bombay. Everything came together beautifully. And thank you to all your staff, Benny, Alex, Natan, who helped out so much. Really, really appreciate it. And Teresa, thank you, Teresa. Very, very helpful. Thank you, everybody. I want to wish you K'tiva V'Chatima Tova. May you be written and sealed in the book of good life, of healthy life, and of delicious life. So good luck to everyone. Good night to you. Chodesh Tov, and regards to your families. And everyone, you can unmute yourself and thank Diana yourself.
Gracias.
Ana,
Thank you, Diana.
Gracias.
A ver, Diana, repítelo, a ver.
¿Qué repito?
Diana, pregúntale a la gente cómo va el partido.
Felicidades, Diana.
Gracias, Diana.
Gracias, Dianita. Gracias.
Dianita, un beso.
Un beso. Por acá. Un beso a todos. Keep safe, everybody, please.
Bueno, palomeros.
Gracias, Diana.
Tia Tasty, maravilloso. Thank you all. Thank you,
Gracias
Rabbi.
a
Thank you,
todos.
Roman.
Gracias, Diana,
My pleasure.
desde Panamá. Licha.
Gracias. Dile a tu hermana.